same time that I am heading out for my evening hunt. 120 miles to the east, Corey Detterman is zeroing in on the mature buck he has been hunting all season.
It's New Year's Eve, and I've got my lucky Hawks hat on, so hopefully they win the Rose Bowl tomorrow. I'm in the blind with Michael. We had our family Christmas last night, and look out, and lo and behold, here stands Atlas on the corn plot. I haven't seen that deer since November 3rd. I had him at about 65 yards. Troy was in the tree with me. Really nice 5-year-old buck. We have the sheds from him last year. And I basically set my sights on him for the entire season with no success. I'm just elected to come back in here, and I think he'll probably come out this evening. At least I hope he does. We've already had a couple of bucks and some does come out pretty early, which is always a good sign. There's been a lot of deer in this field. I sat in here right before this storm came through 2 nights ago, and I saw 20, 25 deer in here, just a mixture of bucks and does. I'm hopeful that, first off, I'm glad he's still alive, but I'm hopeful that tonight would be the night that I could finally put a tag on this deer. I know I've set my own personal best as far as numbers of sits for this season, and it'd just be really, really nice to finally grab a hold of this deer. He's been real elusive, and I know he's a 5-year-old, so I'm hoping that tonight is the night. Get the camera on. Get the camera on. That's our boy. Where's he at? There. Yeah. Looking right back at us. There's the net. Deer's gonna really try to make me earn this. If I get a shot. Come on, there we go. There we go. Come on, look, buddy. There we go. There we go. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, he's going in that bigger stuff. Hey, you're gonna have a shot. You're gonna have a shot. What's that? Get your gun ready. Never seen anything like this. Alright. I think I got him. Okay. Alright. Looks like she's passed him. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm on him. Alright. I'm gonna give her a try. Here we go.
You got him. He jumped. He jumped.
Can't spot him. I don't know. I lost him. I lost him to him, but well, that, ladies and gentlemen, was Atlas. It felt like a really good shot, but it's so thick I really have no idea what. I didn't see him run out, and he certainly didn't run back with these other deer. Oh, man. I feel so good. I feel so good.
Yeah, I got blood right here. Real good blood.
Oh, buddy. Oh, jeez. Look at that dude. Well, this is the conclusion of my 2015 season. This is a deer we were calling Atlas. He's a very old, mature deer. Big flat head on him, just a beautiful deer. I've had more sits than I've ever sat in my entire life that I've been hunting, and it was all because I was going after this deer, just this one deer. The satisfaction that I got from this just forged through all that up and down through the season. Like nothing ever worked out right, but at about 9 a.m. this morning, he was out feeding in the corn. So I knew we had to move in on him, and that's what we did. We snuck in here, we used the tractor, kind of drown out some of the noise because it got real cold and the snow was really crunchy. Just trying to use some natural sounds to mask us getting in and out of that stand. I didn't know if we were going to get a shot. It was about 130 yards, and let it go. It felt good, and he fell about 25 yards from where we shot. I couldn't be happier, and I'm glad Michael was here to film everything.
Muddy lineman's rope is a must-have when you're hanging tree stands. It's not only going to keep you safe and keep you from falling out of the tree, but it also allows you to use both hands while you're hanging your stands. So this is one thing we're never going to leave the truck without, and it makes hanging stands a breeze.
We deal with string jumping all the time when hunting whitetails. There's really only two ways to beat it. Well, three ways. You can aim low, but also it helps to have a fast bow that gets the arrow there quick, but is also quiet. And those are two features that we really love from our Hoyt bows.
Hunting whitetails in the late season, especially around a food plot, can be a real challenge. You've got a lot of eyes and ears and noses to fool, and Ozonics ozone technology can be a real game changer in this situation. On this particular evening, at one point or another, I had deer in every direction of the stand. Not one of them lifted their nose. By the end of the evening, the plot had filled up with deer, and I was able to fill a tag. And it proved to me that the Ozonics is a game changer when it comes to fooling a whitetail's nose.
After filling his archery tag in mid-October, Erik Barber had to sit out the rut. Now he anxiously awaits the late muzzleloader season when he can go back after the big 9-pointer.
Today is January 2nd, and I'm back in a stand that I actually just hung a few days ago. I'm set up in a cedar tree tonight, and the reason I hung this stand here is because I have a Big N Beasty food plot here off to the west of me, and it's only about 120 yards away from this stand. But the problem with setting up a ground blind in this location is the topography of the field is just so rolling that I can't see over some of the hills out here in front of me in this cut cornfield. But being up in the cedar tree, even though I'm only about 10 feet up, I got a really good view of this field, and I can cover pretty much anything in this little smaller section of the field out in front of me. So actually on December 30th, I hunted a stand called the Open Gate, which is a little bit east of here, and on my way down, when I got out of the stand, I noticed a bunch of deer out in the field, and one looked to be a pretty good-sized deer, and this is after dark, so I couldn't tell really what it was. Sure enough, we checked the trail cameras yesterday, and the big 9-pointer that I'm in here after tonight was out in that Big N Beasty food plot. So I'm hoping with similar conditions tonight, that buck is going to come out into that food plot and give me a nice, about 120-yard shot. So I'm filming myself just because this tree is so small that I can't get another stand in it. And it makes for an awesome setup because I have so much cover. I'm going to settle back. It's just after 2 o'clock. Got a few hours ahead of me. Wanted to get in here nice and early, so I'm hoping for a really good night. The does have been feeding out in that Big N Beasty for about a half hour now, and they keep looking behind them into that draw. That's actually the direction that that buck enters the food plot from, so things are looking good. It's still plenty early. We might see him tonight. Got him. Oh, I can't believe it. I think I just shot that big 9 that I was after. The shot looked good, it felt good. It was about 130 yards. I felt rock solid. I don't have a rest up here, but I shot and I saw a mule kick, and I sure think I got him. He sure acted like he got hit. I'm gonna have to watch the footage back. I'm in here filming myself, so it's hard to really get a good idea what happened.
Big N Beasty is a great late season food source that withstands a lot of browse pressure. It offers a lot of tonnage per acre, and the food will last longer than a corn or soybean food plot of the same size.
In the first episode of Chasing November, I talked about a giant buck I shot in 2012. It was the buck I'd nicknamed the Double G4 buck. I didn't go into any detail about that hunt because it was a historical kill, but I actually patterned that buck in part using trophy rocks during the summer of 2012. He showed up on 2 different mineral sites within his fairly small core area. These appearances not only confirmed that he was still around, but gave me some very interesting photos to look at as I prepared for the season. Trophy rocks played a very tangible role in my successful hunt for this great deer. Redneck's bail blinds are extremely portable. You can move a redneck bail blind into a field as soon as the farmer finishes combining the grain in that field. This has proven to be extremely effective for us. The equipment pulls out, they come out that evening to see what's going on, they see that bail blind sitting there, they don't think anything of it. Being extremely portable allows you to take advantage of this so you can always stay one step ahead of the action. I started in the hunting industry as an outdoor rider way back in 1991, and since the start I've been using Realtree camouflage. And the main reason is when you're in a tree stand, you're on the front of the tree usually, and the deer can see you up there if you aren't well concealed. The Realtree patterns are open enough that they blend into a wide range of backgrounds, which allows me to stay hidden even when you've got wary deer within close range.
All right, it's been, I'd say, about a half hour since I shot at that buck. And John came here, he's running the camera right now. We brought the 4-wheeler, and we're gonna watch back the footage one more time. We're at least gonna walk up to where I shot at the deer, see what we have for sign from there, and just take it from there. So keeping our fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure I see blood on the side of the ridge from here. So if I do, that's a good sign. There he is.
Yes.
This is a buck that Chantel and I have both been going after. It couldn't have worked out any better. I can't believe it. This just caps off what's been an unbelievable season for me. So I couldn't be more thankful and more blessed to have been able to get this deer on the ground tonight. Here he is. It's the next day. We got him cleaned up and dragged out here. We were running out of light last night. That food plot that I was hunting is a small Big N Beasty plot, only about a half acre, that I put in this summer with the help of the guys in the office. The deer were hitting it last night. We finally got some good cold weather here in Iowa, and the deer were on their feet. He was in the plot at 3:30 and I shot him just before 4 o'clock. So that worked out great. And this is a deer that I have a lot of pictures of throughout the season. And we continued to get pictures of him then throughout the fall, up until November 5th, when the neighbor, a buddy of mine actually who hunts the neighboring property, got a shot at him and hit him. He hit him high and forward. Obviously they weren't able to recover the deer. I started getting pictures of him not too long after that. And even with this deer being so daylight active before him getting shot, he did go nocturnal for about a week. After that, he started showing more daylight activity, and that's something that a lot of people are always wondering. What does a deer do after it's missed, shot at, spooked, or in this case, actually hit? I killed this deer maybe not even a half mile from where the neighbor hit him. That just goes to show you that even though you might bump a deer, you might spook it, you're not going to completely throw it out of its home range. This deer was a homebody. He lived here on this property all throughout the deer season, and finally surfaced actually in daylight on December 30th. So I thought I missed my one opportunity at him and waited for more good conditions, which I got last night. The Big N Beasty plot was filling up with deer, and at 3:30 he came out, gave me about a 130-yard shot, and I made the most of it. I couldn't be happier. This is a great buck, and I am thrilled to cap off my 2015 deer season with him.
A lot of the sponsors that we use on Chasing November and Midwest Whitetail are products that I've used for a long time and believe in. A major one of these is the Scott releases. I started shooting Scott back in 1990. They've never let me down, they're super reliable, and I think that's the most important thing that a release aid can do. And you can definitely trust a Scott to work every time.
The Cabela's Legacy Pro Fleece is an economically priced jacket, pants, and vest system. I like to wear it throughout the rut, but especially on late season hunts. It has a windproof liner that prevents that cold late season wind from ripping through your jacket and making you cold, which allows you to spend more time in the tree stand.
Fuse Helix microsights permit easy adjustment without the use of Allen wrenches. Even though you turn the knob to move the sight body, it stays firmly in touch with the sight extension bar the entire time, so you never need to lock it down. With this feature, you can quickly adjust the position of your sight pins when you're sighting in your bow.
During the midsummer, we use these muddy climbing sticks all the time when we're out scouting. They're lightweight, easy to pack. We just bring a group of 4 of them in here, scale up the tree. That way we can scout out all of our trees for our tree stands for the upcoming fall, and then we come right back in with the same set of sticks, zip right up the tree, ready to kill them. Muddy climbing sticks, very easy tool to use, especially for those of you hunting public land.
Well, it's January 3rd. I just got set up in this blind overlooking a corn food plot. I'm expecting good things. I'm expecting to see a lot of deer. It's just a matter of whether or not they come in bow range. It's probably 130 yards or so to the tree line where most of the deer come out. That just means that it's going to take a little bit for them to work down this way. We'll see. I know there's a couple good deer in here that I would take a crack at, so I'm expecting good things tonight, and it's going to be a fun evening to at least see a lot of deer. Well, that's one of the deer that I thought I would see tonight. It's a 5-year-old 8-pointer that I actually encountered back in November too, but I passed him at that time just because I was hunting a bigger deer. But He's definitely a good mature 8-pointer, good long beams, good frame on him, but being a 5-year-old, I don't think he's gonna get a whole lot bigger. You can tell he doesn't have a whole lot of mass, but a cool mature deer, and if he does come into bow range later tonight, I will take a crack at him. Just shows you late season they're moving, and the snow has them up and feeding early in the day.
Well, this is my second encounter with the buck I call Callie. The first one was back in mid-November. There are a couple reasons that I wasn't able to make this hunt work. One, I was just in a tough blind to be self-filming. The second reason, in the back of my mind, I wasn't 100% sure that this deer was for sure 5 or older. And since this was after gun season, so close to the deer making it through season, I was a little more picky and didn't force a shot without really good footage.
Late season hunting can be some of the best and most predictable of the season. While it may lack the intensity of November, if you have food sources and cold weather, it can still be a great time to fill your tag. That's exactly what our friends have been doing this past week, filling tags. Wisconsin native Justin Syme was one of them. In Missouri, Hope Wolf and her father Corey enjoy an evening they will remember forever.
Well, we're out here in Monica's food plot, and we got some Big N Beasty right in front of the blind, and hopefully that will draw the deer closer to the blind.
You good? Yeah. Kill him.
You don't have to cry.
It was so exciting. I'm so excited though.
Oh.
There are 5 days left in my season now. The clock is ticking down. I have the sick feeling that always comes when I realize an entire year of work and anticipation is about to end. Though I have no sense that my final days will be rewarded, I can still watch and learn. With little hope for the current season, I can always hope for the next, when I will once again be chasing November.